Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this very different video. We are not really going to look at any Mattel figures. We are going to look at Jakks figures. Now, Jakks was the company that made wrestling figures before Mattel. And some of them were amazing. A lot of them were awful. There's no two ways about it. I did not buy Jakks figures. I started collecting when Mattel took over in 2010. But with Evolution, the all-women's pay-per-view, just hours away, I thought it might be quite fun to have a look at some women's wrestling figures that Jakks made, but Mattel haven't. We can go all the way back just to start off. Let's have a look at what I believe is the first WWF women's wrestling figure. We are going back to 1987, and this is Miss Elizabeth. Miss Elizabeth. This is the LJN line, and I believe this was the first female character to have a wrestling figure made. You could get it in a gold dress, or there was a purple dress. That is the first female character that I can find. I'm not sure that any other female superstars were made in that LJN line. I don't believe any were made in the Hasbro range either. So you are really going now to 1996, 1997 till we get female characters, women's wrestlers back in a toy line. So as I said, we are going to have a look at 5 female superstars that Jakks made figures of, but Mattel didn't. And let's start with one of the biggest names of all time. Let's start with Chyna. So you can see here, Chyna WrestleMania 17 figure. It comes with the Women's Championship belt. The only downside was that the belts weren't painted at all, so they were all just one colour. It says on the packaging, 14 karat gold. There is no way that is gold. That is plastic, right? So, like, trading standards surely had a problem with them saying that was 14 karat gold. This is Chyna's ring attire from WrestleMania 17. She had a match against Ivory for the Women's Championship. And obviously there's been a few Chyna figures because she is one of the most important female superstars of all time. Check out this Too Tough set. The Chyna looks pretty good here, but what is up with Triple H's neck? He's got like a really long neck, is like a giraffe, and there's even like an underwater siege Chyna. I've got no idea what that's about, and we don't have time to go through it. But we have never had a Chyna Mattel figure. Hopefully that does change in the future. Next up, we've got Marlina, and this set. Look at this set. I think this is awesome. Be warned, though, you youngsters out there, that figure is smoking. She actually has a cigar, I believe it's a cigar, in her hand. In that figure. This came out in 1998. There is no way that would happen now. No way. And it shouldn't, because smoking is like really bad for your health. So absolutely no way any figure would be smoking now. So how crazy that back in 1998 they had a figure that was smoking. Well, not actually smoking, but you know what I'm saying. And the Gold Dust figure as well looks really cool. Gold Dust is such a great character to make figures of because he's just so elaborate and colourful. Yeah, this set looks really cool. Next up, we got Luna Vachon. This is classic superstars, and I would love a Mattel Luna Vachon. Luna Vachon was a great wrestler in her own right, but she was probably better known as a manager, manager to the likes of Bam Bam Bigelow and even Shawn Michaels. If you go back to, I think it was WrestleMania 9, Luna Vachon escorts Shawn Michaels, comes down to the ring with Shawn Michaels, and yeah, such a great ring attire. Like, there's so much going on there, so much detail to this figure. So yeah, very, very cool, and again, hope Mattel make a Luna Vachon. Next up, we've got Mae Young, and look at this figure. We've got the classic Superstars figure, which I think looks really cool. Mae Young, one of the biggest legends of all time when it comes to women's wrestling. She competed throughout, I think it was like the 50s, 60s. I know she was competing in the 90s as well. 1990s, came back and had a little run. She got put through a table by the Dudley Boys on a couple of occasions. So yeah, so cool. And as we said, you know, WWE have named a tournament after her. You've got the Mae Young Classic. So it's really surprising that Mattel haven't made a figure. What Mattel have done, though, is they did make a one-of-a-kind Mae Young doll. You know those Superstars dolls that they've started making, like last year, I think it was. They did make a one-of-a-kind Mae Young doll, which you can see here, which is very cool. Personally, I really want a normal, like basic or elite, and I really think it would sell well as well, because you know, Mae Young is a legend, and it'd just be a really great way to celebrate that history of women's wrestling. Finally on the list, we've got Sonny. Sonny, who had this figure come out in 1997. This is a special edition. I have no idea what's special about it. It doesn't even look that good. But this was one of the first female characters to be released since that Miss Elizabeth. People didn't get any female characters with the Hasbro range, so you had to wait for Jax, and that was 1996, 1997. So yeah, crazy that people had to wait that long. But yeah, Sonny made loads of figures of Sonny over the years, and she achieved a lot. She was one of the most viewed women on the internet in like the late 90s. She was super popular. Kind of like the Kim Kardashian of her day. And yeah, you know, she was a manager. She managed the Body Donners. She managed the Smoking Guns. She managed Legion of Doom 2000. She's in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, not sure that we'll ever see a Sonny figure. Not certainly at the moment. She's got a lot of troubles and things that she's kind of going through. But there are figures out there, Jax figures. Hopefully, we do see a Mattel figure one day. And that is it, guys. We could have gone on. There was loads and loads and loads, but I didn't want this video being like an hour long. It was just kind of to show you something a little bit different. Have a look at some Jax figures. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Let me know what female superstar you would like to see Mattel made next in the comments below. And hopefully, I see you again next time. Bye for now.